Hey guys, it's Postbox Pat. Welcome to the first look at Covert Cavern, where it's going to be located and everything about the POI, which is going to be being added in most likely next week on Tuesday in the update. Now, first off, the location of Covert Cavern has actually been moved out of the sand biome, which people were predicting, to this mountain located here. You can actually see in this screenshot here coming in from Fortnite Assist that the mountain itself is going to be located at Pinnacle Peak, which is just outside of the Camp Cuddle and Logjam, which are just above. Logjam's just above, and Camp Cuddle's just to the lower left of it, and it's just going to be on that mountain up there. Now, in game, you can see from the footage here, we don't actually have this water here yet, but it looks like when this POI does get added in, we are going to be receiving water on top of this mountain, and just the entire of this mountain being taken over by this IO facility, which is going to be super awesome. Now, jumping back to the screenshot here, which Fortnite Assist did post out, this is going to be an IO Pinnacle Peak mountain, which is going to be inside of the mountain like the base, similar to the grotto most likely. And if you look at this picture here a little closely, you can actually see we've got like a kind of like a, I guess, an A style shape maybe. I don't even know what you'd describe that shape as, but it's like a backwards V kind of, but not as sharp as a V would be. Reminds me of like an A without the center piece, like capital A. And then obviously on the right and left you've got like wind turbines, which will probably be either stairs or wind turbine entrances into the base on the left and right. We can also see the water stream will probably connect to the bottom of the base as well, having like maybe some boat escapes similar to the grotto, and maybe even some other POIs inside of the base or other locations. It's almost a perfect spot for Covert Canyon to be located because, Covert Cavern to be located, because it's not inside of the desert biome where it's quite crowded already, and there's not many POIs around the section. It's quite an empty spot on the map, kind of leaving a perfect spot for it. Obviously, that's why it's being put there. So that's kind of neat. What's really cool about this like POI generally though, is if you look at the map here, it's going to be positioned right here in this, obviously the snow won't be here, in this huge mountain, and we've never received an IO base this kind of big. And I think what it's going to do is it's going to flatten the mountain up top to allow it to be flat for the water to be here, because this is where the water's going to be on this top section. So obviously it's going to flatten itself down up here. Now here's a little concept I built of what I thought the IO facility might look like. I thought this was kind of cool to include in the video. This is also going to be used in an up and coming map of mine, so I don't want to show too much of it off, but basically it's a kind of POI which is inside of like an office style facility, kind of like what the IO base would look like. And inside of here you can see obviously there's going to be a bunch of IO props and IO equipment which will be inside of the base. Now this is just a concept which I've created. It might not be what the final thing is, you know, I've just created this for you guys so you can get like a little preview of what I've constructed, but I thought it was pretty cool. Thank you, shout out to Agent Error as well for helping with this one. It was really fun to build this, and I think it's turned out pretty well, and it's a really nice facility, and hopefully when it does get added into the game, it does give that IO vibe which we saw in chapter 2 with an IO twist obviously for chapter 3 with the more modernized props which we've received with Tilted and a bunch of the other POIs. It'll be interesting to see what we have in here gadget wise as well, and there will be bosses also in here, maybe 1 or 2. For those wondering when are you going to make Foundation come all the way over to here, I'm probably never going to do that, guys. I can barely get Foundation just out of this POI. There's no chance of moving him halfway across the map, or all the way across the map should I say, to the other side, especially up a mountain. So sadly guys, we won't be making Foundation all the way over here. It's just physically impossible to do without impulses and shockwaves. So yeah, that will not be happening, unfortunately, for those wondering for the second channel content. Anyway, I hope it has given you a good overview of what's going on, guys. Don't forget to use code POST in your item shop to support me further. If you're excited as well for the POI, let me know in the comment section down below. I'll see you guys very soon. Once again, this is Postbox Pat, signing out.